I'm Cynthia Bemis Abrams, and I'm a lifelong Bloomington resident. I'm a product of the Bloomington Public Schools. And my husband Dave and I have been property owners, taxpayers in Bloomington since 1990. We raised our kids, who also grew up through the Bloomington Public Schools and participated in many of our great civic and community organizations. My ties to our community are very strong. I have been elected to the Bloomington School Board. I have been chair of the Bloomington Parks, Arts, and Recreation Advisory Commission, and I recently co-chaired the Bloomington Public Schools Elementary School Boundary Task Force. My bachelor's degree is from Minnesota State Mankato, and my master's in organizational leadership is from St. Catherine University. On the area of energy and environment, I think that there are a number of best practices that can be found regionally, nationally, and actually internationally to encourage conservation of energy and our environmental resources, and I would look forward to advocating for them and learning more about them in application at the city level. For housing, I think that we have to do as much as we can to create options for housing for those who have lived their entire lives in Bloomington, that they may then continue and transition to senior level housing, as well as making sure that there is affordable housing for first-time homeowners and young families. Taxes and finance is one of the strongest aspects of our city governance, and as such, I would support and contribute to thoughtful planning and appropriate planning and stewardship of our community assets and of our city finances, and continue at the AAA bond rating that we are so proud to have and have earned. Finally, within the next 4 years, I think the City of Bloomington has an opportunity to boost the vitality of our neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods are both the residents and the housing stock, as well as our local retail centers that are supposed to serve those neighborhoods and the local community. The greater the vitality of those neighborhoods and the more communication that goes into and out of them and amongst them, the stronger we have of housing stock, the healthier our residents, the more eyes on crime, and in the end, the greater return on our investments that we all have in our houses. Thank you very much. I'm Cynthia Bemis Abrams, running for the Bloomington City Council at large.
Hi, my name is Xavier Bickett, and I'm a candidate for Bloomington City Council at large, and I humbly ask for your support and vote on August 13th and November 5th. I've been a resident of Bloomington since 1998, graduating from the Bloomington Public Schools in the class of 2002, where I met and married my high school sweetheart, Sarah. And we bought our first home in Bloomington, and the first member of our family was a rescue dog, Mac, who is a black pointer lab mix. I hold a bachelor's degree in business and an AAS in accounting and tax from the Minnesota School of Business, and my professional background consists of experience in new business development in the insurance and investment industry, as well as a college admissions representative specializing in helping recent high school graduates. The League of Women Voters asks us to cover 4 main topics in 30 seconds or less each, so I'll do my best. Energy and the environment, housing, taxes and city finances, and the #1 issue facing Bloomington over the next 4 years. With regards to energy and the environment, the City Council should support appropriate city code and permit costs for residents to have ample opportunity to use clean and renewable energy technologies like solar cell installations. I think these steps will lead to taking better care of our environment, our parks, which I truly do enjoy. The second issue is housing, and I was reading a survey from 2012 for Bloomington citizen residents, with 61% of residents responding that the availability and affordability of quality housing was good or excellent, and 76% saying the variety was good or excellent. And I think we're on the right path here. In that same survey, they asked residents, what could we do to help keep property values high in Bloomington? 64% said keeping property taxes as low as possible, with 51% saying we're developing old commercial properties. And I agree 100% with those residents. I think those are steps that we should take. In regard to finances and taxes, I think our AAA credit rating is great. It helps keep our financing for our city at a good cost. However, one place I think we could improve upon actually leads to the 4th topic of what I think is going to be the #1 issue for Bloomington, which is jobs. And with taxes right now for our property taxes, I think we're actually behind other neighboring cities like Edina and Eden Prairie. With Bloomington's property taxes being 62% more than Edina, and I think this is pushing jobs and making us less competitive in that area. And I think this also goes well together with the survey I've been citing from 2012 Bloomington Citizen Survey, where 63% of residents thought that the job growth was too slow. And it also corresponds with CNN's Best Cities to Live in America, where Bloomington from 2000 to 2011 had a negative 8% job growth. And I think this is something we need to consider moving forward. So with your help, I hope and your support on August 13th and November 5th, we can make Bloomington good to great. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rick Bonin. I am running for Bloomington City Council District 1. I am a lifelong resident of Bloomington and a Kennedy graduate. I am a father of one and one on the way, and a wife of a school teacher. I am also a business owner. I own 2 gas stations in South Minneapolis and have been trained in the industry of auto repair. One thing that really makes sense for me is the fact that Bloomington has fuel costs, and I would like to make sure that Bloomington always is able to get the best buying price of gasoline. We all know how fuel can fluctuate, and we want to make sure that we are always getting the best buying price. As far as residency goes, we want to make sure that residents of Bloomington are always able to reinvest in their homes. We want to make sure that the permitting, the inspections, and the zoning is very easy to deal with in the city. When it comes to taxes and financing, I guess my philosophy would be we want to make sure that the core functions of our government, police, fire, water, and roads, are properly funded while maintaining a very competitive tax base with other surrounding communities. Sometimes different cities property taxes can actually stifle growth because of higher taxes than a city next to us. With the expansion of the Mall of America, I am seeing that down the road we are going to have possibly some traffic issues. I want to make sure that the traffic congestion is minimized, maybe through the 35W 494 corridor. And also, we want to make sure that we don't miss an opportunity to expand other businesses or residency in the city of Bloomington. My experience as a business owner and lifelong resident of Bloomington makes me a perfect candidate for District 1. I am Rick Bonin. I'm running for City Council, District 1. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Lohman, and I'm running to be your first District City Council member. I believe Bloomington is a collection of different families. I was born and raised in Bloomington, where we value families in service. My parents taught me to be dedicated to the things that I value. My late father supported our family by dedicating and serving 2 tours in Vietnam, where he was disabled. My mom was dedicated to serving Bloomington on the Housing and Redevelopment Authority. Now, I could tell you about a lot of things, like how I, as a senior in high school, worked as a planning intern for the city of Bloomington, and that's what sparked my interest to get my 4-year degree from Augsburg College in Urban Studies and Political Science. Or I could tell you about how I served as 2 terms as the West Bank Community Coalition President and Chair, or that the Bloomington Rotary selected me as an Ambassador Scholar of Goodwill to Gothenburg, Sweden for a year. But what I'd like to share with you is my very first public service project. It was to help complete the Bloomington Clock Tower that presently stands at 98th Street by raising money. As I drive home from work and look at these great homes we have in Bloomington, I realize that some of these have been revitalized using loans from the Bloomington Housing and Redevelopment Authority. We're going through some hard times, and we need to protect how our city looks. I've always believed that the more we work together, the more we get done. For example, we live in times of high energy costs. These current trends create an opportunity for Bloomington residents and city leaders to explore ways to cut costs and improve the environment through solar power and other initiatives. Taxes. Let's face it, nobody enjoys paying taxes. But when I was a young boy, I set up a lemonade stand, and the Bloomington Fire Department and police stopped by to buy a glass of lemonade. And I still have that first $50 from that day. And that's just a small reminder to me of the fantastic services that we have here in Bloomington. As a council member, I would strike a balance between quality services and strong fiscal discipline. Hearing your voice is critical for sound decision-making for the part of the council. In my view, a major challenge for Bloomington is to provide more opportunities for our families to participate as citizens. And as your representative, I would work hard to help create new opportunities for our families to voice their opinions. I'm asking for your support in this next election. Thank you.